Hi, this tutorial is partly a demonstration and partly a tutorial. So I'm demonstrating my new device, FREQ OUT. I'm guessing it's going to be most useful to kind of sound designers, glitch music producers, IDM producers, that kind of stuff. So I've just loaded up FREQ OUT and a MIDI display so you can see what note I'm pressing. Now, with this device, to generate some new random settings, you press the C0 key on your keyboard. And yeah, so I've just created a MIDI clip full of those notes. So generating lots of random settings, and you can hear the kind of range of sounds that the device produces. And this is just with frequency modulation. Just with 6 sine wave operators. So it's amazing really what you can do with that. So I'm just recording it into an audio track. That's more than enough. I'll just take 4 bars from there and then crop the sample. And then, so I'll probably just record a few more snippets from FREQ OUT. So now I'm just going to use some of the preset sounds I have. So you can trigger your liked tracks using MIDI note C1 and above. So you can see there I've got 4 preset banks there, and I'm going to use an arpeggiator to trigger them in rapid succession, tweaking the end of the ADSR just to get the kind of sound I want. Just about there, yeah. So I'll just create a new MIDI clip, and I've got an arpeggiator. So all I need to do is hold down a chord, F, A flat, B, and D. This has nothing to do with the pitches, F, A flat. It's just presets. Only needs to be 2 bars really, but whatever. While I was doing that, I heard a nice kind of kick-like sound, on the B there. So I may as well use that as like the percussive underlay for my IDM beat. There was also a kind of hi-hatty type sound. And maybe one more sound. Yeah, another one there. Bear in mind, this is a monophonic synthesizer. You can't play more than one sound at once. But you can just layer the sounds. You can record your sounds into audio and then just layer audio clips on top of each other. So I've recorded that. Now I'll create a sampler and take that first audio clip. I don't need the warp on. So the sound might not be quite what you want, so a bit of processing is almost always going to be necessary. Some overdrive and some stereo widening with delay. I'm just delaying the 2 channels, and that creates some width. Sometimes playing the audio at half speed can generate some interesting sounds, but I think in this case I prefer the original pitch. You might want some reverb. This is basically my kind of my first layer. So I've got that as a MIDI, well, triggered by MIDI now. Now for the kick part of the sound. So I'm just going to load that onto a sampler. Yeah, so warp mode off, put the volume back up. Add some overdrive to make it punchier, and then maybe just EQ that to boost the bass frequency, and maybe boost the highs as well. It's quite an effective kick drum. I mean, probably not what I would go to normally, but it works. And these are just sounds that were created by FREQ OUT randomly. So I'll just drag that third sample into a sampler. Some quite nice percussive background there as well. Yeah, so on this track, I'm obsessed with using grain delay for kind of glitch music stuff. Short delay times and high feedback levels works really well, even for reverbs, kind of a spring reverb sound. Yeah, so it's quite a cool beat. Not the best thing I've ever made, but I haven't spent long on it. So yeah, so now I'm just trying to find a pad sound using my ears to kind of get a sound that's suitable for a pad. So I'll just adjust the sliders on the FREQ OUT multisliders as I go, just trying to find a good kind of pad sound. Pressing the G0 key plays what's currently held in the multisliders. So for a pad I need something that's kind of pitched but interesting. With this device, it's all about using your ear to get the sound you want. There are no numbers telling you what frequency is modulating what and what magnitude it's frequency modulating the next operator at. You just have to use your ears. So I'll drag that into a new sampler. And the joy of using a sampler is that you can play more than one note at once. I'll keep the warp mode on because I'm probably going to extend the time. And I'm adding a gate, and I'll sidechain that to one of the kind of percussive tracks. Yep, so now I've got the kind of pad sound, and I've got a kind of IDM beat. I think I'm just going to add some overdrive and just dirty that pad up a bit. It's a bit too clean. So the way to do that, yeah, is with like erosion and frequency shift, overdrive, phaser, chorus. Elongating the sample with on texture mode is also quite a good way of creating some stereo width. I find erosion just so useful for adding some extra dirt to the sound. Even after reverb sometimes is good. another grain delay on the group track. So in the arrangement, you could just modulate that, add a limiter because of the stray feedback. Now I'll just have a play around with the project to try and get it sounding better and better. Please download FREQ OUT if you feel it's for you. I'll provide a link in the bio, sorry, not in the bio, in the video description, and then yeah, you can download it from there. Thanks for watching, and hopefully my posts will be less sporadic from now on. I hope you've enjoyed this video and learned something from it, and I hope you download FREQ OUT. Thanks a lot, bye.